Would you like living in this city? When we have chosen the video, we would like to make a contrast between the video Songdo in South Korea and Kenya. And the point is that Songdo at the moment in South Korea is one of the most renowned smart city in the box, as they call case, fueled by multinational like Cisco. And I don't know if you have heard, but they feel, I mean, the promoters, they feel really proud of building a smart city from the scratch. They mentioned from the scratch at least 3 times. And in a sentence, one person, I'm not criticizing the multinationals, but we thought that unplugging somehow is demanding for some other kind of smart city. And in this sense, they mentioned we in a sentence 3 times, and the question would be, who is we? In this sense, let's say that smart city is all about systems. Fine. It's all about systems that are connected with individuals who are plugged into digital information-based devices. However, we could say that the way that new technical local infrastructure affects communitarian life should be considered beforehand. And we think in this kind of examples, nobody is just taking care about these conditions. Similarly, the smart city has already become the hype term in business environment in order to refer to the new modern design for cities. Nevertheless, we can also argue that there is an increasing trend, and this is why we have just taken this dimension. There is an increasing trend basically driven by some academics and some social entrepreneurs criticizing the determinism in which the concept has been understood and, in brackets, sold to some policymakers and city mayors. The critique observes that the smart city techno-determinism is based on the set of socio-technical system strategies that come from the hardware more or rather than from the software. What can intensify the social fragmentation be in cities that are not already equally designed from the social perspective in developing countries? So we have just seen one example in Songdo, but for example, we have Bangalore in India, or Masdar in Abu Dhabi, or IT Valley in Portugal. So unplugging novel trends and subtle notion would argue in favor of overcoming somehow the separation between designers and users, avoiding just the business-led smart city practices where citizens are, as Cristobal mentioned before, a simple passive provider of their data for a, in brackets again, for a better city that we don't really know what does it mean, with an unknown purpose. So unplugging would encourage smart city projects and initiatives, would apply embedded more than artificial socio-technical urban systems rather than artificial and set of opaque technological tools. So to sum up, with the unplugging notion, the type of a small-scale smart city is what we should be follow with curiosity and not the mainstream kind of a smart city.
Now that you say we, there's a book called We Are Smarter Than Me, which was in the middle of the 2.0 revolution, but now you ask who are the we, I think is the right question to raise. So the first dimension is this tension between top-down and bottom-up. And I think this video will suggest some provocations about that. So we are going to travel now to the other side of the world, to Cuba. Actually, the video is recorded in the US, but it talks about Cuba.